kept.
And have you noticed, yeah, the standard for black women to be well kept is higher for any other type of woman.
Oh my God.
It's like to be deemed as a good looking black woman, yeah, you have to be 10 out of 10, 7 days a week, 24/7. And we are not given the grace, not that we need to be given it, but we don't have a relaxed, casual look where we're still rated 10 out of 10.
Nope.
You have to be looking red carpet ready all the time. And
there's so much pressure within the black community to fit into the baddie girl aesthetic. And if you don't fit into this aesthetic, then you don't feel like you're pretty, or people like her will also say that you're also not pretty. So it's honestly one of the most frustrating things to deal with. And I've been talking about this for the longest time on my page, since I started my page, because I feel like you have to present as a certain aesthetic or a certain vibe where people won't even consider you to be black or to be beautiful or to fit the standard. It's like we're not a monolith. We come in different aesthetics, different ranges, and different standards for ourselves. And it's honestly so frustrating, because it's like people think that the city girl, retro girl is like the only aesthetic that black girls are allowed to have. It's like you're not allowed to have different aesthetics. You're not allowed to be artsy. You're not allowed to be quirky. You're not allowed to not have like the baddie aesthetic. Like, it's okay to be cutesy. And it's such a hard realization, and I stopped forcing myself to be a baddie when I'm not, and I just fully embrace that I am not a baddie.
Okay, this is going to be a little rambly, so walk with me here, but there's a whole TikTok trend going on right now where the girlies are trying to figure out if you're like cutie patootie or if you're a baddie, and I'm not surprised that this is a trend that's happening. It's, if you think about like history and history being patterns that repeat itself, this is really cyclical. I think back to like the 60s of Are You a Marilyn or Are You a Jackie Kennedy, right? Like two women who were at that time pitted against each other, one being like the ideal, she's like cutie patootie, like girl next door, Jackie Kennedy, versus like the hot sexy bombshell that is Marilyn, right? What's interesting to me is that this particular trend, cutie patootie or a baddie, was started by, I don't know like the deep depths of the lore, but I do know that it was started by women, and it's mostly women that are currently partaking in the conversation. And what I think is interesting is that women are taking this conversation and using it as a form of community. From what I can tell, there's no like intention for division here, and I don't necessarily think that it is even causing any division. If anything, I think it's women's way of trying to understand their place in the world and how inherently their place in the world is impacted or interacts with the patriarchy that we live in. Like, there's a lot of conversation about like, once I realized I was a cutie patootie, I was able to move differently throughout the world because I figured out and learned that I was going to get treated a certain way. Like, it's a lot of women having conversations and musing about the impacts that this identity, whether you're a cutie patootie or a baddie, has on the way you're able to move about the world. Which, while I do sometimes fear that we are putting ourselves in boxes as women and towing a little bit of a fine line with this whole trend, I do think that there is something inherently helpful about the connection that something like this and a conversation like this brings. But, another but, because there's a lot of, I don't even know where my thoughts are right now, I hear that men are getting involved. They're making videos about which is better, a cutie patootie or a baddie. And read the room. That is not what this is about. That is when what could be just considered a conversation started by women between each other, talking about the two categories that they've noticed we fall into and how those categories interact with the world around us. Now how that gets taken and turned into a tool for inter-womanhood competition. Did that sentence make sense? That was off the dome. Here's the difference between a cutie patootie and a baddie so that you know what to look for the next time you're trying to bag a woman, harass a woman on the streets. Like, it's very much giving like, this is why we can't have nice things. This is why we can't have some discourse between women talking about like silly fun things like, are you a cutie patootie or a baddie? Because then men come in and it turns into a competition. It turns into another form of objectification, and that makes me so upset. But I'm also like not surprised. So
this whole baddie versus cutie conversation, I knew that once men joined in on this little conversation, it gonna turn to about their preferences. Cause right now we seeing it turn right now. Cause that man really came on here. He came on here and said some bullshit. He basically just said the Madonna and the whore complex. Basically, the Madonna, the cuties, and the whores, the baddies. He basically said that, oh, the cute girls are the ones that you wife, while the baddies are the mistresses, and the girls are just eating it up. No, ma'am. That is not cute. That he's insulting both of y'all. Like, come the fuck on. Why is y'all eating it up? It shows how a lot of y'all are truly male-centered and haven't learned to decenter men yet. Because, baby, Nuh-uh. No, because once they joined in, it became about their preferences. Who the hell cares about them? Do what the fuck you want to do. I made a video on this. Like, it's more than just the baddie innocent or the cute innocent or whatever. Do what the fuck you want to do. Who the hell cares?
The baddie look does not look good on everybody. I'm liking this cutie patootie conversation on TikTok. Instagram, the baddie, the siren, the sex symbol. Not everybody can give that. We all have like a different essence to us, a different energy to us. I want to give some nuance to this conversation because no one fits neatly into a box. I've always had a baby face. My voice plays a role. Even though I give cutie patootie in the face, my body is strong, athletic. When you have these different essences and energies on one body, you have to figure out how to dress yourself. I have on this feminine flowy top, which I got from Zara, but then I need to balance it out with something masculine or something casual, because sometimes when I put on certain dresses or I dress in certain cutie patootie ways, it doesn't look right on me because my body type gives athletic. I think this is a great conversation though, to get people to look at themselves in the mirror and figure out their essence, figure out their strong points and what looks good on them. Play up your strengths, play up what you have naturally, instead of looking at what you don't have and being like, I don't look like this and I don't have that and I want that. No, what do you have? And that's something that a lot of women have to figure out and learn, is like sex appeal. Like, what is your version of sex appeal? What is your version of sexy? Because for some people like me, sexy is showing off my arms. Sexy is showing off my back. Sexy is showing off my waist. For other women who are more voluptuous here, showing the cleavage off is sexy. For some women, showing the butt off is sexy. And for some women who have long legs, because I'm 5'8", showing off your long legs in a mini dress, a mini skirt is sexy. Sexiness is different depending on the person. Sex appeal it's a form of power. It can be actually a form of control. And a lot of women like that.
There's two sets of girls in the pretty category. You got the pretty girls and then you got the girls who make themselves pretty. Now, these two are not the same, and I'm going to explain to you why they're not the same. Because the attitude that usually goes along with these two girls are not the same. Naturally, pretty girls tend to be very nice and pleasant. The ones who make themselves pretty, not so much. A lot of times, these are the ones that you'll see get on TikTok and talk about how everybody always hating on them, always jealous of them, that they can't make friends. Those are usually the girls who have to make themselves pretty, who have all of these issues. There's a reason why the pretty privilege word exists, because people like visually appealing things, women included. Most women who are naturally pretty, people gravitate towards them in general. In general. Like, women want to be their friends, men want them, kids like them. Like, they just have an overall better experience in life because they are visually more appealing, right? So to sit up and say that you have all of these horrible experiences of people hating you, being jealous of you, this, that, no. A lot of times it's your nasty personality that draws in that type of energy. And you know who draw in that energy more than anybody? The made up pretty girls. The girls who get this newfound confidence once they put on all of these different things that create a facade of being pretty. Once the face full of cake makeup go on, the wig go on, the extensions go on, the outfit to show off their body go on. Once all of these things go on them and then they become the pretty girl, then that nasty attitude that also comes along with it is the turnoff that causes people to not like you. And then them not liking you, you translate that in your brain as them being jealous of you. But they not jealous of you, they just dislike you and your nasty attitude and fake confidence that comes from all of this fake stuff that you put on to feel better about yourself.
Why do you only find dark-skinned black women attractive when they look like this, or like this, like this, but never when they look like this, or this? Fortunately, I can't just blame society because other black women do this to other black women. If you don't have like a wig install, or if you have your natural hair, you're gonna be like, oh, why are you talking? Your hair's not done. Very stupid, very brainless, Lupita is a gorgeous woman. Lupita is classically beautiful. Like, some of you guys don't understand because you're so, brain dead from Instagram face, so you can't appreciate people who actually look beautiful. But Lupita is a beautiful woman. And if you can't see that, voila, you're finished. Maybe, just maybe, they have clocked that we look better in our natural features. Maybe it's just that. Maybe we are just holding ourselves to this weird standard of looking like baddies all the time, having our hair done 24/7, while everyone else can see us that we look more beautiful when we look like ourselves. Maybe that's just me. When I envision Black beauty, these are the people I see in my head. These are the faces I see.